Alright guys, it's Shalom with the Paradox Gaming Network, and last week we had the Ashes of Creation live stream, and of course I was on vacation, so I wasn't going to do the live stream recap, but then my fans, my audience kept asking me where my live stream recap is, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I really didn't want to do that, and I have to say, yes, this is a little late. But this is what I saw for the update cover, and I was like, no, this is just unacceptable. And then pulling this out from the live stream, come on, this is just totally unacceptable. This is inappropriate. I don't know what's going on here, but this has got to go. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put up a little gameplay footage. They did 17 minutes of gameplay footage in that live stream. If you haven't checked that out, I am going to put that in the link below in the description. And I'm just going to leave this running while we talk about some things. And one of the things I want to talk about right away is the Alpha 1 sales and their possible return. Now, back in September of 2018, Alpha 1 sales were suspended. And a couple of weeks ago, Steven said he was considering reopening those sales. And Steven addressed that in the live stream. But I do want to say I understand that that's a little controversial. Back when they announced the suspension, there was a part where they said it was the last month of Alpha 1 sales. And that was pretty definitive. And then in that same conscious stream of thought, they said that they're suspending the sales. Now, in the last couple of weeks, I have talked to people, and I totally see the argument people are making that sales shouldn't reopen. In fact, I made that argument for you because I feel with some of the missteps Intrepid has had, it's important to hold them accountable to their word, and there was very definitive language. At the same time, like I said, in the same stream of thought, Intrepid said they were only suspending the sales. So as the guy who always stands behind the mantra that words matter, I do have to say, after re-looking at everything, they're both feet safe inside of the box, so they have stuck to their word. Plus, I want to point out, they haven't actually said they are going to reopen sales. They've said that they're kind of reserving the right to reopen the sales. And so that's a good part right there. But while I was on vacation and, took a step away, I actually thought about it, and I actually would love to see them reopen sales. Number one, it's money. And yes, the project is fully funded, but money makes businesses go around. So if they're bringing in more money with Alpha 1 sales for the people that can afford it, that just gives them more money to do things. Number two, it means there's going to be more testers. And the more testers mean the more things found. Some people are going to be really good testers and they're going to deliberately find things. Other people are going to be kind of bad testers, and we're going to discover stuff from them being up to no good, looking for exploits that they can abuse. But finally, the reason why I want them to open up Alpha 1 sales is it would be a giant indicator that everything is running as desired. If they can put 10,000 people into the Alpha 1 test and nothing breaks, it means that 9-month delay we had a little while back, everything's running smooth, and then we're going to be a little bit more optimistic for the pace and the milestones hitting, and the game will come out sooner. So overall, I think the Alpha 1 sales reopening would be a good thing. And if you want to have a discussion on that, leave me a comment below. Next up is the big hoopla that came kind of out of the Ask Me Anything Steven did, and it's on multiboxing. Big thing. Everybody has their opinion on multiboxing. Since you're tuning into my show, I know you trust me to give you an opinion. And of course, I have an opinion on multiboxing. I think as long as you are controlling each character without the use of bots, scripts, and macros, then you are totally fine. I don't care if it's on two separate physical machines, virtual machines, or just multi-clienting on a single PC. I think that's okay. Now, the big thing is, I think if you cheat, you should get ban-hammered. You can't accidentally bot or script. You have to want to do those things. You have to go out of your way to set that up. Now, I accept the fact that they say no third-party programs. I use Synergy. It makes my life easy so I can access different computers in the same room. But if they say no third-party programs, I won't use Synergy. I will sit here, I will have 2 physical keyboards, I will have 2 mice, I will have 2 gamepads, I will have 2 whatever I need to have, but I have multiple machines. Now, you are free to have whatever dissenting opinion you want, and you can leave that in the comments below and we can engage. But the better place to leave those comments is going to be on the multiboxing thread over at the official forums. I'm going to leave that in the description below for you. Now, the other thing I want to remind you guys of is that we are kind of chewing through the year and we're getting kind of close to September. And if you make your account before September 7th, you're going to receive this thing. You're going to receive a little mantelpiece that you can have in your housing. And I'm also going to take this opportunity that if you haven't made your account yet, if you are brand new to Ashes of Creation, if I am your first exposure to it, go ahead, go into my description below, pause the video, click on my referral link, make your account right now. Just stop the video and make your account. I'm going to tell you it costs you nothing. It helps me out. It gives me a little pool of money to do cool things with, like get the art updated and do giveaways once the game comes out. With that, the shilling is over. Moving on, talking about Intrepid and their progress, they have hired on 7 new staff members, and given that a pandemic is going on, they're making some serious progress getting their team up to full speed. If you remember, they did miss their hiring goals early on. They wanted to have 100 people on staff by December of 2018. Steven has talked in the past about he probably was a little bit too not compatible with a lot of quality candidates, but you know, when you're trying to build a new business with a certain culture, sometimes you do have to take the slower road, and that's okay. They are getting their team up to speed. I will also tell you, Steven is improving on his public relations. If you didn't know this, Steven did 4 interviews last month. He did one with Summit and Shroud. He did one with Asmongold. He did one with Tim the Tapman. And of course, he did one with me. It's up there in the upper right-hand corner. I got left off of the monthly letter when they listed all the reviews. Sad face. The link to that letter, if you didn't get that letter, I will put a link to that letter in the description below, because not everybody has already signed up to the newsletter. And there was a lot of stuff they talked about in this live stream, but a huge one people may have overlooked, overheard, misheard, didn't hear. Jeff kind of gave a description of tab versus action skills, and I really loved what he said. Tab is the accuracy of your stats, and that's versus action, which is the accuracy of your mouse. So I really love that description. I know a lot of people are worried that action skills are going to be too much damage or tab mode is going to be just too easy. I want to remind people, Alpha 1 is designed to do a lot of the combat testing. Moving on to the Artisan system, we hadn't really gotten a lot of information from the Artisan system. That's what a lot of this gameplay footage was at the very beginning. We did find out some like nitnoid, like singleton information. Tools will have limited uses, and gatherers, you are no longer, beholden to a crafter to make your tools for you. You will be making your own tools. The tools have limited usage, and as you level up your gathering proficiency, the number of uses on your gathering tool will go up. You are also going to need specific tiers of tools to gather specific things. A really easy example for that is you're not going to be using a simple level 1 copper pickaxe to mine out, say, level 50 mithril ore. You're going to have to work your way up. You're going to have to build your tools to do that. I did like they talked about different types of gathering nodes. You're going to have the single-use nodes that you hit once, they despawn, they go away, they respawn somewhere else in the world. You will not be on a gathering track where everything is in the same place all the time. They also talked about large static veins that will be there for X amount of time until they're completely mined out. And they also talked about mobile group resources like a herd of animals. So you might find a herd of buffalo that you have to keep tracking down and chasing down and, hunt it, skin it, gather it to completion. Also, even though it was pretty well assumed, the higher you're gathering, the more likely you are to proc rare resources. And there's going to be a tiered structure. And also remember, the goal that Intrepid has is that low-level gatherables will always stay relevant as you go. I know a lot of people were interested in knowing, is your artisan leveling tied to your adventure level? And the answer is no. You could actually skip the artisan system altogether and get to max adventurer level and not decide if you want to be a gatherer, a processor, or a crafter. And then at max level, you could double back and, be a gatherer. And since there aren't mob level zones, this is going to work out really well. Now I'm going to pause this gameplay footage. You can definitely check this gameplay footage out in the description below. I'll put a link to it. And no, we gotta get rid of all that. Showing off right now, showing off some of the art and effects they did. Really good looking improvements here. I know a lot of people say that the combat and the movement still look stiff. The combat doesn't look good. It doesn't flow good. Keep in mind that there are still a lot of animation tuning passes that have to happen. Once those things start to happen, things will be better. But as you can see, part of good looking combat comes from not just the character, but also the effects. I am showing off a bunch of different bits and pieces right now on the screen, and the art assets are looking so much better. I really do like the troll, and I like the werebeast. I like the spiders, even though I'm not a big, huge fan of spiders. I do like all of the way this is kind of coming together. So I know that a lot of people are saying it looks bad. That is what Steven always talks about, the double-edged sword of transparency. Because they have been very transparent as they've gone, a lot of people are like, but it doesn't look better. Up there in the right-hand corner, I have linked my Ashes of Creation graphics then and now video. If you haven't seen that one before, I do a lot of side-by-side comparisons of the graphic fidelity and the improvements that they've done. So make sure you check that one out. And I'm going to tell you guys, that is it for this live stream recap. Usually these are a little bit longer because they usually do a Q&A. They didn't do a Q&A this time. Steven didn't ask me anything. I covered that Ask Me Anything. The video to that is up there in the right-hand corner. Make sure you check out that one. Until then, guys, I'm going to be working on Ashes 101 revamps. Ashes 101 is right next to me. I am the Ashes 101 guy. If you see mistakes or problems or something's not clear, let me know. Just get that information to me anywhere you can. Also, if you're brand new to Ashes and you're looking for kind of a crash course, up there in the right-hand corner again is a new player video to sort of help you get settled in. I'm also working on a new project called the Ashes Crash Course that'll be coming out. The first video should be coming out this weekend, and then I'm going to be doing them very quickly. I have a lot of in-depth stuff, but I know a lot of new players are saying, it's too confusing, I'm too lost, give it to me simpler. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing simpler stuff so you can get caught up, because a lot of people are just afraid to ask questions on the Discord. If you are new to Ashes, again, make sure you sign up before September 7th. Use my referral code, help me out. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you know when I put out the new information. And until then, until the next time we get to see each other, stay safe, guys. I know some people are living in places that are COVID hotspots. Do your best to stay isolated, stay away from people, keep your mask on, keep your hands clean, keep glasses on, do all the things you need to be safe, because I want you all around the next time I stream, and I want you all to be around when Ashes of Creation releases. You guys take care, and I'll see you next time. What are you still doing here? Nobody ever stays this long. This is the end screen. Well, since you're here, there's a couple other videos I think you should check out. And all those names, those are my patrons over at Patreon. I couldn't do this without them. So, big thanks to them for all their support.